Yo, what's going on, everybody? Now, recently, I just got done reading the latest chapter of My Hero Academia, chapter 322, and I have to say that chapter had to be one of the most cringe chapters I have ever read in the last 5 months or so, alright? And not only was it cringe, but it just had a whole lot of bullshit in it, bro. Like, a whole lot of bullshit that just has you asking yourself, you're just now bringing this shit up 300 chapters later? Or the fact you could just look at Bakugo and be like, really, Bakugo? That's the reason why you were fucking with Deku this whole time? Like, it was just a whole bunch of nonsense in this chapter. And I know there's gonna be a lot of people that watch this video and probably say to themselves, yo, why this motherfucker always got something to say about a series? Why can't you just shut the fuck up and enjoy it for what it is? Well, my name is Trigger Senpai. Like, the whole point of me making this channel is so that I can criticize bad anime or manga. Like, I point out the bad things and tell how they can do them right. Sometimes, alright? That's if I really give a shit about the series. But for the most part, I just point out the bad things in anime and manga, and I crack a few jokes here and there, and I go about my fucking day. Like, if it's some bullshit happening in anime or manga, I'ma call it out. And in this case, My Hero Academia has been doing a lot of bullshit. For example, let's get into this whole thing with Kirishima. Kirishima, you my dude, but what the fuck is you talking about, my guy? Like, you're just now bringing up the fact that Deku was the quirkless kid that was dealing with the sludge monster. Not only that, right? You were asking Deku as if you were trying to get confirmation of it. Bitch, have you ever heard of the news? Like, usually when some fucked up shit happens, right, you usually see it on the news or on your cell phone or whatever the fuck, right? Nah, Kirishima said, I heard of the story. This had to be you, right? And fuck it. He didn't even have to watch the news. Motherfucker, you went to the same high school as him. You waited 300 fucking chapters for Deku to become a vigilante for you to ask him, hey bro, like, I heard some things about you, but like, was that really you though? Like, dude, you could have asked this shit around chapter 15, or like I said, around the first fucking day of high school. But like I said, bad writing by Horikoshi. Now, let's get to this bum-ass apology from Bakugo. Now, let me just retract that for a minute. Bakugo apologizing was needed in the series, alright? I'm not knocking Bakugo at all for apologizing to Deku. It's why he's apologizing. Like, bro, do you think we fucking stupid? Like, do Horikoshi really think that we forgot what Bakugo has done to Deku? You're telling me and us as fans that the reason why Bakugo was doing the fucked up shit he was doing to Deku was because he always felt like Deku was always ahead of him? If you don't get the fuck out of here, dude, the main reason he was doing half that shit was because Bakugo felt like Deku was underneath him. Now all of a sudden it's because he was always ahead of him. He was always the better hero. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Let me just remind everybody that when My Hero Academia first started, before Deku even went into UA High School, everybody in his classroom, including the teacher, was roasting the shit out of him because he didn't have a fucking quirk, alright? It wasn't just Bakugo. And in the My Hero Academia universe, not having a quirk is seen as being fucking weird. And if you've been in high school or any type of school in general, you already fucking know. You get roasted for the most minuscule of fucking things. You come into the first day of school with a fucked up hairlining, guess what? You getting your ass roasted. You come in with some funny looking ass shoes, you getting your ass roasted. If your outfit, book bag look weird, you getting your ass roasted. Like, that's just how school works. Was Deku's classroom roasting him because they always felt like Deku was ahead of them? No, they just roasted him because whatever the fuck. And the only reason why Bakugo took it as far as he did was because he knew Deku personally. And y'all see how Deku was following up behind Bakugo? Bakugo made it known that he didn't want shit to do with Deku, especially after finding out that Deku didn't have a quirk. Like, at that time, it was cool to pick on the kid who didn't have a quirk. And what made it even worse, right, was despite Bakugo telling Deku to fuck off plenty of times, Deku still kept finding ways to be around Bakugo. And I would not be surprised at all if Bakugo was like, look, this shit is getting annoying. Clearly this motherfucker doesn't get the message that I don't want to fuck with him, that I don't want him around me. So guess what? I'm gonna try this new method out. Let me bully this motherfucker and maybe he'll go away. And let's be realistic for a second. If a person you did not want to be around you kept coming around you, you'll get annoyed too and you'll keep finding ways to get him the fuck away from you. Alright, let's be realistic here for a second. But despite Bakugo doing all that shit, he tried the bullying method and guess what? It didn't fucking work. Bakugo went as far as to jump this motherfucker. And guess what? Even still to this day, Deku keeps running up behind Bakugo. He keeps finding ways to fucking try to be friends with him and shit. And it's like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I know there's gonna be people that bring up that moment where Deku tries to help Bakugo up in that water pond, and they're gonna try to use that moment to justify what Bakugo said when he said that Deku was a better hero than him. But I would probably say that y'all kind of thinking too much into it. If anything, I think that scene was put there to show us just how egotistical and how much of a dickhead Bakugo was as a 5-year-old. You know, I don't think that scene was really put there to show us how Bakugo can think of a philosophical way to say Deku was a better hero than him at that time. Like, no, bro, he was 5 years old. Like, come the fuck on. And I think it was even at one point Bakugo said that he didn't like the fact that Deku tried to help him because he didn't think that a dude with no quirk can really help him at all. Like, which goes back to my point and even proves my point even further when I said that Bakugo's whole reason for bullying Deku was because he just always thought he was better. Like, it didn't really have anything to do with the fact that Deku was a better hero than him. Like, I can see it from that point of view if you're talking about a span from which Bakugo loses to Deku for the first time all the way up to this very moment. Like, if you're talking about anything within that span, then I completely agree with you. At that point, Bakugo is doing a lot of fucked up shit to Deku just to keep him at arm's length because he does believe Deku can become a better hero than him. But if you're talking about from the beginning of My Hero Academia all the way up to the point where Deku and Bakugo first fought each other in the hero versus villain test, then all that shit up until that point, Bakugo was only doing it because he was an egotistical asshole. Like, he was doing all that fucked up shit to Deku because he just wanted to. Like, he always felt like Deku was underneath him and he felt like he was better than Deku in every way, shape, or form. Like, that's why he was doing all that fucked up shit. It had nothing to do with Deku being a better hero than him. Like, for Christ's sake, he tried to kill Deku during the test. So this whole thing about Bakugo only bullying Deku throughout the whole series of My Hero Academia was because he always felt like Deku was a better hero than him, that he tried to keep him at arm's distance because he didn't want to get surpassed by him. Like, no, that doesn't apply for the whole series. It only applies for like the later on parts of My Hero Academia. But in the beginning of My Hero Academia, no, Bakugo was just doing shit because he was being a straight bully. Like, he was an asshole. That's why I said ultimately fuck out of here with that apology. Like, if you was going to apologize, just be straight up. Just say, hey, look, I done a lot of wrong shit to you. Up until this point, I have done nothing but respected you. Like, from this point on, I am sorry. I'm sorry for all the shit I've done. Like, you are a real hero and we need you at this very moment. That's all he had to say, and I would have been cool with it. I would not have anything to say. But no, leave it to Horikoshi trying to be philosophical with shit. No, bro. Like, some shit just needs to be simple and straight to the point. Now, on to Class 1A bum asses. Congratulations. Alright? Congratulations. You motherfuckers just ruined one of the best arcs in all of My Hero Academia. All because you motherfuckers couldn't just resist yourselves. Y'all just couldn't resist the power of the fucking cringe. Y'all had to come fuck shit up. Horikoshi, you just ruined a perfect opportunity to expand the world building of My Hero Academia. Why is it that the villains can always come up with new villains and shit to come help All For One? But when it comes to the fucking heroes, nah, we gotta always have these same group of people. We always gotta have Hawks. We always gotta have Endeavor. We always gotta have fucking Class 1A. Like, the heroes never expand on the hero side. But the villains, bro, All For One literally has a tier list of different groups of villains he can go to send out to look for Deku's ass. Like, where the fuck are the American heroes? Shit, not even American. This is a worldwide thing of people just having quirks, right? Where the fuck are the people from Europe, Australia, Africa, China? Japan is a big ass place. You telling me that the only motherfucking heroes that y'all are relying on are the top 10 heroes in that fucking country? Fuck out of here, alright? Alright? Like, you motherfuckers are always going back to Class 1A, alright? If you can rely on a bunch of fucking kids, then you can rely on the other heroes that's outside the top 10. Like, this shit is unacceptable, bro. We always coming back to the same motherfuckers. But the villains, oh, we got introduced to Lady Nagant. Before Cringe 1A came into the fucking picture, it was this villain Deku was finna go against who was controlling everybody. Like, just different interesting motherfuckers, bro. And then they just had a whole silhouette of different motherfuckers All For One hasn't even introduced yet. So it's like, bro, like, it is really crazy on the villain side. But on the hero side, bro, we haven't even been introduced to more than 3 schools that was in the fucking license exams. How many schools were in the license exams? What, like, what, fucking 5, 6? I don't even fucking remember. I know for damn sure it was more than 2, and we only been introduced to 2 schools so far in this whole fucking arc. Look, the world building in My Hero Academia is already skimpy as fuck. Shit, one of the reasons why My Hero Academia has so much potential was because we thought the world building was gonna be so fucking crazy. In the beginning of the series, they said around the world there are people with quirks and there are some people without quirks, alright? It's more percentages of people who have quirks than it is percentages of people who don't have quirks. So from that point on, we thinking, oh shit, motherfuckers finna come from Africa, motherfuckers finna come from Australia going fucking crazy, right? No, we keep getting introduced to class fucking 1A. Like, and even worse, right? How is it that class 1A can just go to all these different trips around the world to see different continents and shit, different cultures and movies, but when it comes to the actual anime series, we never hear about these motherfuckers? Like Horikoshi, you do realize that instead of giving us these bum ass training arcs where class 1A is going against class 1B for the 100 million fucking time, you can just replace those arcs and just give us the movies and turn those into arcs. That way you will be solving your world building issue in your series. But hey, look, there's only so much I can say. At the end of the day, Horikoshi's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants with this manga. Class 1A, congratulations, you're back into the story. Deku's officially back at UA High School. Like, bruh, what was the point of Deku leaving UA High School if he was just gonna come right back? Like, dead ass, bro. Like, throughout the whole arc of Deku becoming a vigilante, what did we get from it? Absolutely fucking nothing. The only thing we got from it is the fact that we don't know where the fuck All Might is at. I would say Lady Nagant, but at the same time, her tip on the mansion didn't lead to shit. And then another thing about this arc that pissed me off is the fact that we're time skipping all over the fucking place. We time skipped to the warehouse where they was finna go fight fucking All For One for the first time, with Endeavor, Hawks, and All Might. We time skipped there. We time skipped to the fucking mansion after Lady Nagant gave them the tip. We just time skipping all over the fucking place. Another thing I can probably take away from this whole vigilante arc shit is the fact that now we know All For One is fucking Nostradamus. Like, he can predict everything now. Like what the fuck is going on with that? And I guess you could say Bakugo's apology, but you can even argue that shit was long overdue. Like, this shit should have happened 2 arcs ago. Like, everything in this arc is just happening out of fucking convenience. Like, the whole thing with Kirishima made no fucking sense. Look, like I said before, I have no interest in the upcoming chapters of My Hero Academia. Like, ever since the reintroduction of Cringe 1A, I just don't give a fuck no more. And now I see that Horikoshi is gonna take another 2-week break before he come out with a chapter. And I can understand why. After coming out with this bullshit, I understand why it would take you another 2 weeks to come out with another chapter, Horikoshi. What you need the week break for? You need to find a way for Cringe 1A to fight against All For One's minions? Like, that's exactly what we need right now. Class 1A versus some powerful ass villains. Well, we gonna have an All Might retrieval arc? We gonna have an arc dedicated to getting the All Might back for him to only die? Like, come on, bro. Like I said, hopefully I'm wrong. I want to be wrong because I want the story to get better. But I know from this point on, it's not gonna get better. We talking about Class 1A here right now, bro. Look, at this point, I'm more interested in the civilians not wanting Deku back than I am in Class 1A. That's fucked up. I'm more so invested in the civilians not wanting Deku back than I am the heroes of My Hero Academia. Hey, look, like I said, go villains. I'm rooting for the villains at this point. That's all I really have to say. If you like this video, like and subscribe. If you have anything to say about it, leave it in the comment section. It's your boy Trigger Senpai, and I'm out, man. Peace.